Do I think that non-patriarchal systems can actually exist? Oh yeah, I mean, sure, yeah.
So the argument I would make to you, and I guess I'd want to hear what your thoughts on this are, is that men hold the monopoly on force. So women will always have to appeal to men for their rights. So therefore, an actual matriarchal system can never exist.
What's the argument for that?
Well, I mean, can you name any time in human history where women have overthrown men?
Just
If we
because it
look at the
doesn't
Middle
happen
East,
doesn't mean that they can't.
okay, if
That's
we look at the Middle
very
East
bad
right now,
evidence.
if we look
Yes,
at the Middle East right now,
there's also
women
been
are completely
queens.
subjugated, right?
In the Middle East, there was like queens all over the Middle East before U.S. intervention in 1940 with
Yeah,
American
that's
oil
a
companies.
category here, though, because queens still commanded armies that were composed of men. I'm not saying that women can't be in positions of power.
So, do you think men are
I'm
better
saying
at leading than women, or no?
no. I think that men have biological superior strength, so they will always be counted on for enforcing laws and enforcing anything really in society.
To
So
enforce law,
by
you don't need strength to be like, for example, you said to command an army. You don't need to be physically strong to command an army.
yeah, but the people fighting it have to be physically strong,
But we're
which
talking
have
about
to by
leaders. We're
necessity be
talking about
men.
leaders, right?
We're not talking about leaders. We're talking about the
Hold on. The
monopoly
prompt
on
is, why are
force.
men better at leading than women? So we're talking about leaders, and we're
Oh,
using America, and we're using
I was
the
just going
American
back to the
society in general.
patriarchy. I wasn't addressing that prompt. I was going back to the
Well, when
patriarchal
I asked you why
discussion you
are
were
men better
having.
at do you think men are better at leading than women? You said yes because they are stronger than women.
No, I think I was talking about the patriarchy. That wasn't.
So
If
why
you said that,
are
I
men
didn't hear
better at
you.
leading than women? Yes or no?
I think in some aspects, yes. I think that
Generally,
men, yeah, in general, I think men are.
why?
Because I think that women, a lot of times, due to their hormones, can be illogical. And if we look at just history as itself, when we look at military battles, when we look at chess champions, things that are mental, men always excel at those positions. And women, there's like, if you play chess, for example, that's a game of strategy. There's no reason why women shouldn't be able to compete with men, yet they can't. So when we look at things like that, and we look at the battlefield, for example, and we're looking at strategic deployment of troops and the strategic deployment of getting supply lines and things like that to our troops, I think it always is going to be men because we're just strategically superior when it comes to logic and things like that.
We should, yeah, women have a higher EQ on average, and if you look at the statistics in comparison
That's
to,
incorrect.
that's correct.
You're
Women
reading the
have a
curve
higher
incorrectly.
women have
No,
a
it's
higher
it's a very
EQ on
common
average.
mistake. No,
Yeah,
you're misreading the curve.
what's your source that proves me wrong?
You can go look at any video. Just look at like
Any
misreading
video?
the
No, what's a
curve. Yeah,
source? What
there's
is the
sources in
title
the
of a
videos, or
source?
you can just Google it.
Yeah, like
Misreading the curve,
Google
the
is a
bell
search engine, not a
curve.
source.
Well, okay, just put on there misreading the curve, the Bell IQ curve for women and men.
Did I say IQ or EQ?
I thought you said IQ.
Women have a higher EQ on average.
Okay, I mean, what is that? How does that help you
I was also about to
with being
continue,
a
but
better
then you
leader?
decided to, and then I was gonna say you referencing chess. Yeah, when were women given the ability to play chess,
Okay, so you think that
like
women
professional
weren't able to
chess?
play?
When?
So you think that the only reason that like Magnus Carlsen is good is because what men have been playing chess for thousands of years before that, and
Can
it
you tell
somehow
me when?
transferred to his brain?
Can you tell me when?
I don't know when the first woman chess player was. Do you?
Yeah, 1980s, I believe, if I'm not
That
mistaken,
was
in
the first
Russia.
woman to ever play chess. Was the 1980s? You know, chess has been around for a long time.
If we're referencing current, like modern day, like recent history,
No, no.
I
You
believe
you
it's
asked
gonna
me
be in
when was
1980s in Russia.
when were when were women ever banned from playing chess? Why don't you tell me that?
Give me 1 second, because
Sure.
I'm not fully. Let's see. Um, uh, yeah. So around 1980s is when it was common, but it started in 1920s, mid 1920s, early 1930s. Um,
So no woman played chess up until 1920.
but we're talking about like professionally in modern
No, we're not
history,
talking about. We're just talking about chess in general.
in recent history.
No, you said that women weren't allowed to play chess. That's different than saying women weren't allowed to compete in chess tournaments.
Let's see. Yeah, what's your source that men are better at playing chess than women, not in like tournaments? What's your source for that?
Have you ever seen a woman beat a grandmaster, a male
That's
grandmaster?
anecdotes. Can you tell me your source, please?
That is my source. It's an
Your source
anecdote.
is an anecdote. I don't accept that because.
Are anecdotes
Sure,
not
sure.
valid?
Yeah, yeah. Let me give you an example. I've seen thousands, hundreds of thousands of women beat professional men. Absolutely. Therefore, I'm right. You're wrong. Concede. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Can you
Concede.
just point me? Can you just point
Yeah.
me to
No.
the
Can you
chess
concede?
tournament where that happened
Can
so
you
I can look it
no?
up?
Can you concede? No, I forgot, Loki. I forgot. Can you concede?
Just point me to a chess tournament where
I
that happened,
forgot. Can
and
you
I'll
concede?
concede my
Yeah,
argument.
I forgot. Can you concede? I forgot.
So that's empirical data, right? You would be
Yeah,
able to point
yeah.
me to a chess tournament.
Can you concede?
That's empirical data.
Yeah. So can you
That's
provide
not
statistics that men
anecdote.
are better at leading, or that men are better at playing chess than women? Provide me a source. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna accept your
as soon
anecdotes.
as you provide me a source that
You're the one who made the
men can
claim.
be women,
Under my definition of gender, yes. Under my
you only
definition of man or woman.
you only like
Holy pivot though.
sources when
What a pivot. What a pivot. What an
you
actual
want
pivot.
a source. So you
I want a
understand.
source that says that men are better at playing chess than women. Yes, because you made that claim. What is the data on that? I want to see the data. Provide me a source.
Any chess tournament since the 1920s
What's a
or whenever it
title?
is,
What's a title?
or any chess tournament since women have been
Is
allowed
that
to
a
play
title?
chess.
That's not a title.
Well, just give me the name of one woman that's won a chess tournament, and I'll
That's a
concede.
burden shift. Give me a title.
It's not a burning
It
shift.
is.
It's empirical data. You have empirical
You are
data.
literally shifting the burden, trying to make me prove your point right by me answering
No,
your question when I ask you a question. So
you can go
please
use
give me the
Google
data.
and tell
Google is a
me a
search
woman who's
engine.
ever won a chess
Google,
tournament
yeah,
against men.
Google is a search engine, not a source. Provide me the source with the title of said
Google will
source.
produce sources
You have
for
10
you.
seconds, okay?
Just
10,
concede, bro.
9. Just concede, bro. Yeah, trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Oh my
Do you want to
god,
move
that's
on to the
crazy.
next topic
No, I don't want
now,
to move on.
or
Can you provide data? I don't want to move on. Provide data for what you just said.
you want me to
Give
provide data that no woman has ever won a chess
No.
tournament since they started
Provide data
against men?
that provide data that on average men are better at playing chess than women. Provide
That
data
on
for that.
average?
That's the claim you made.
Well, again,
Provide
we'll
data.
just move on. I don't
No,
have a
we're not
data
gonna.
point
Okay,
for it. We'll
so
just
you don't
move
have a
on.
data. Therefore, do you believe things without evidence?
I think plenty of people believe things without
Do
evidence,
you believe in
as you
things
do.
without evidence?
Yes,
Okay, that's just irrational.
and I can prove that you do too.
Yeah, we'll name it.
Do you believe in science?
Do I believe in science? Sure, sure, sure.
Okay. Do you have evidence of induction
Evidence of
that the future
induction.
is going to be like the past?
The future is going to be like the past. I
This is
don't even know what.
this is a very famous problem in philosophy. It was actually you should go to read some Hume. That basically there's a problem of induction with science. So there's no way to prove that the future is going to be like the past. So anybody that conducts science has faith without evidence
Hold on.
that the
Repeat
future
the
is going to be like
claim.
the past.
Repeat the claim.
It's called the problem of induction, that the
Okay,
future is going to be like the past.
so the problem of induction that the future is going to be like the past.
Correct.
Name me one scientist that a disagrees with it, or B agrees with what you're saying. Name me one scientist that agrees with what you're
Hume.
saying.
Any I don't know. Uh, I'm trying to think of a scientist's name right now. You can just go read Hume though.
Okay,
Every science.
yeah, yeah. Give me
Do
a
you know that
scientist that
science
agrees with what you're
presupposes
saying.
logic and reason?
Can
Well,
you give
I'm
me?
gonna
Can
have
you
to
give
grab
me?
it.
So you go grab it. Go ahead. That's your second source. So that's your second burden shift. Now you have to have a second source.
Okay,
The
hold
first
on.
source.
Let me
No,
grab
the
it.
first source that I want you to. What's the first source? Before you do this, why can you provide source for this one? You can go look it up, but you don't want to look at the first source. The first
All right,
source
what
is that
source is?
men are on average better at playing chess than women. What is your source for that?
Okay, yeah, I'll find a source real quick. Hang on. You want me to be gone for a couple minutes, right? You're gonna wait.
Yes, I'll wait for you.
Okay, hang on.
Dun, dun. If you're over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe if you have not already. Repost the live if you're over on TikTok. Share the live, do all the wonderful things. Try to spam that likes. Try to get to 10.5 thousand likes. We haven't done this setup in a while. So we're here doing this setup. If you think men are better at leading than women, if you think it's wrong to be gay, join up in the guest box. I'd love to talk to you, love to have a debate with you, love to have a conversation with you. If you guys want to join the other communities, I'm on Threads, Twitter, Substack, X, all of the above.
All right, I got a
Link
couple
in
for
the
you.
bio.
Francis Bacon.
Yeah, what's the title?
It's not a title. It's just a scientist who believed that. I mean, this isn't
I know.
like.
I asked you for your source on average. How are men better at playing chess than women? That's your first claim you
Oh,
made. Prove that one
I thought we
first.
were talking about induction.
No, I want you to prove your first claim that you made. We're not. We're gonna do productive dialogue where we go point by point. So prove that
All right,
on
hang on.
average men are better at leading than women. Like I said, make sure you guys check out the link tree in my description of the YouTube live stream and over here on TikTok in the bio as well. Join the community. Everything is appreciated. I don't know what my YouTube chat is saying.
All right. There's a article by Rebecca Ratcliffe. If you look it up, she's actually a woman, and she talks about how men are statistically better at chess. Ratcliffe.
Radcliffe.
Yep. And I believe the site's like USCF sales or something, but you can Google it.
What's
and she talks about how men
what's
are.
the title of her article?
Let me find it. Hang on. Chess, the difference between genders, and just concede your point afterwards. At least concede that I was right. And then we can get to induction, which I'm right about that one too.
I'm not seeing it on here. Who posted the article? What website?
Hang on, I'll post it in the
chess, the difference. Chess, the difference between genders. We'll search that one up because I searched up the name.
I'm posting in the chat here. Chess, the difference between genders, posted by Rebecca Ratcliffe. Made sure I got a woman, so that way you couldn't say that the source is biased.
Is it from the U.S. chess sales? Is
yes.
it that one?
Yep.
Got it. Found it. Let's see what this says. Let's see the difference in achievements.
And I want to hear why it is that men are better than chess, because that has nothing to do with like force or anything like that. I want to hear your perspective on it. There's no reason that women shouldn't be as good at chess as men.
There have been okay, yeah, sure. Quote unquote, the reality is clearly that women progress to elite levels in chess less often than men. In fact, the proportion is incredibly skewed. So this is about professionals. I'm talking about in general, not professionals. So this paragraph of your source is already wrong, because when I reference professionals, you didn't want that. No, this isn't what we're talking about. We're talking about in general. Okay, so can you? We're talking about chess in general. That's when you asked me in ever history
where did the pool of chess players come from?
Yeah, but this
from the general population.
Is this not referencing like professional?
Yeah, where do those professionals come from? They come from the general population.
Why when I reference professional chess, you ask me if ever in history have women played chess, right? So how that's literally you being a hypocrite. So how about you provide me a source that says general
the source isn't good enough for you now.
No, because that's not we're not talking about professional chess, and you are the one who set the standard. You set the standard. You set the standard of not being professional chess. You are the one who set the standard, not me. So how about you follow your own standards?
Let me ask you a question.
No, I want you to follow your own standards.
Let's use logic real quick.
Not logic. I want you to provide your own standards. No, not logic. Provide evidence with your own standards, not logic. Tell me a source that tells me in general men are better at playing chess than women. I didn't not mean to mute you. That's my bad. On average, men are better at playing chess than women. Not in the professional field, just in general.
If women in general were better at playing chess than men, then it would be shown that there were more female chess players that were better than men. You would see it in that article. So by deduction, you're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. Like
that
I said, women. It wasn't
you would
common.
see a lot more female players in chess.
It wasn't common until 1980s for women to professionally compete. It wasn't common until the 1980s.
Okay, so it hasn't been long enough. Is that what your argument is?
I'm just saying
women just need more time.
I'm just saying it's only been until the 1980s since generally, and then there's also many factors that also play into this in terms of other like parts of the patriarchy. But can you provide me evidence? We're not talking about professional chess. You set the standard. You said let's not talk about professional chess. Talk about in general and throughout all of history. Provide me evidence that on average men are better at playing chess than women.
Dude, that is the evidence.
No, this is talking about professional chess. This is talking about professional.
Yes. The professional
why did you set the standards
from the general population?
Then why did you set the standards about why did you set the standards about not talking about professional chess when I brought it up then? Why did you try to quote unquote
that
debunk
women
what I said?
were banned from playing chess, and I said, oh, they weren't allowed to play chess in the 1700s.
I said that it was not.
That's
They
what I
were not
said.
able to play professional
Why?
chess. I said
Professional? Well,
professional
they didn't have
chess.
professional chess in the 1700s. So women have probably been playing chess for the last
That's
couple
why
hundred
when I was
years.
referencing professional chess, and then you wanted to talk about just chess in general, and now you're switching it up, and you don't want to talk about chess in general, and you want to talk
Dude,
about professional
you're
chess.
shifting the goalposts.
You're the one who wanted to talk about chess in general when I brought up professional chess, and now you don't want to talk about chess in general.
Can you
Now you
steel
want to
man?
talk about professional
Can you
chess.
steel man what I'm saying? Just so
Can you
I can.
provide evidence for what you're saying?
Can you just steel man my
Can
position
you
so I can
provide evidence
understand?
with
You can understand.
with what you're saying?
I gave you an article.
That
All right. You do.
not with what
Hold
you're
on.
not. That's not the claim that you made though. You did
Hold
not
on. You
make the
can
claim.
just let me go through this and you can tell me where you disagree. I gave you an article, right? I think you would agree with me that chess players come from the general population. So if it were that women on general were better chess players than men, that would be reflected in the professional pool of
I
players
think
that
they're
you see in tournaments.
equal.
But you don't see that.
I never said women are better
So
at playing chess than
therefore,
women.
by deduction,
I never made that claim. I never made the
we
claim
know.
hold on, pause. You're being disingenuous. I never made the claim that women are better at leading, are better at playing chess than men. I never made the claim. You are the one who made the claim
Wait. So
in the
what? So
general
you agree
aspect.
with me?
No, I don't agree with you. You're the one who made the claim that
Where
men
do
are
we
better at.
disagree?
I'm agnostic. You need to prove your claim right. Prove it right. I don't believe in things without evidence. You made the claim in general men are better at playing chess than women. This is not in reference to the professional field, because when I reference a professional field, then you started talking about history. So prove to me that in general men are better at playing chess than women.
Okay, do you want proof that every single man
I
alive is
want
better at playing
proof.
chess than women?
I want
What is that
proof
proof you're looking for?
that on average men are better at playing chess than women. It's
I just
very
gave you
simple
the
proof.
proof.
This is talking about the professional field. When I brought up the
Where does the
professional field,
professional field come from?
you are the one who set the standards and didn't want to talk about the professional field. So how about you uphold your own standard and give me the general aspect of chess and how men are better, or provide me evidence that men are better at playing chess than women. Let's stop going in circles and just provide your evidence. Go ahead. You have 10 seconds
Hold
before
on
I
a second.
disconnect you.
Do you think that you can prove that every man alive is better at chess than women? Like, what proof are you looking for
Do you
here?
not know how statistics work?
I do know how statistics work,
Then
but I
obviously
think I gave you an article.
you wouldn't need to have every single person within a society to
Okay,
determine.
the article pointed out statistically that men, on average, are better than women at chess. It was in
Okay,
the
in
article.
the professional field, it's talking about the professionals.
Okay, but you understand that, like,
So
everybody, you,
can you provide
do you
evidence
know
that
that you can
in
play on
general
chess.com? You
can
know you
you
can play on chess.com, right? And you
what the
end up on
fuck
the
does
professional rankings?
what the fuck does chess.com have to do with anything? Can you
Does everybody
provide
have a cell phone?
evidence? Can Not everyone has a cell phone. No.
Do most people have cell phones?
Do most people have cell phones? I have no idea the statistics on that, buddy.
Okay, that's right, you're agnostic. Can we move
Yeah,
to
I'm
the gay
agnostic
prompt
on that.
now then?
No, can you provide evidence for the claim that you made?
I guess I can't provide evidence.
Cool.
Not
So
evidence that would satisfy
then
you.
that point is dead in the water. Then we can move on to
Okay,
the
it's dead
next
in the
topic.
water.
Thanks for conceding. Go ahead.
All right, let's move to why it's wrong to be gay. So the argument that I would make here is that once you get away from a traditional man and woman, you open up more absurdities that you can't judge.
Maga Mobile. Maga Mobile, yo. Maga Mobile. Let me guess. Incest? Do you want to sleep with your sister or something?
No, what? That's not an argument. Like, do you want to
Just
engage
guess.
with the argument here?
Oh, you Maga Mobile. I didn't hear your argument because you cut out. Repeat it.
Okay, when you open up the absurdity of basically not having traditional gender roles and or marriage between a man and a woman,
Mm,
you open up moral absurdities
like.
when you try to justify other types of things. Okay, so for example, you would say that homosexuality is okay, right? Or it's right. You're okay with it, right? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
And I guess I may need a little bit of information from your worldview, right? Because there's different paradigms. But when you use right and wrong, are you using like some sort of secular humanist of like no harm principle?
No harm principle. Sure, I'll agree to that. Sure.
Okay. So then I can make an argument to you that like if two brothers want to have consensual sex and get married, they're not harming anybody. Are you okay with that?
No, there's biological aspects that play a role into that. Listen, man, if you want to have sex with your brother, it's kind of weird. I don't know why you're like.
So you don't have an argument against it?
I don't know why you're defending your right, because I think obviously that's gonna be disingenuous of you to compare incest to like someone being like gay. But
How's it
yeah,
disingenuous?
it's gonna be based on
Does
biological.
incest not happen?
It's gonna be based on biological aspects, right?
Okay, what are the biological aspects that are wrong with two consenting adults that are brothers having sex and getting married?
Oh, two brothers having sex and getting married.
Yeah, what are the biological aspects there that you
Sorry,
disagree
I thought you
with?
said sorry, thought it was brother and sister. My bad. Yeah, I still think it's wrong. Listen, man, if you want to have sex with your
Why?
brother, it's kind of weird, man. I don't know why you wanna. I don't know why you wanna
That's not
have
an
sex with your
argument.
brother.
Why is it wrong?
I think
That's
you're
not
just.
an argument. Why
I
is
think
it
you're just
wrong?
defending you wanting to have sex with your brother, man. It's kind of weird.
So you can't defend it, right? So then if you can't defend that, then how do you justify homosexuality?
What?
So you can't justify why two brothers getting together, having sex, and getting married. You can't justify, well, that's wrong. You just say it's biologically wrong.
Yeah,
Well,
I
then
take
if I
that back.
pivot over
I
to
didn't mean to say. I didn't mean to say biologically wrong. I didn't mean to say that.
okay, so why is it wrong then if it's not biologically wrong?
Yeah, I'm not gonna entertain this point because it's disingenuous, and I think it's weird that you want to have sex with your brother. Kind of weird, man.
Yeah, because you can't. Because you can't defend it.
Is that the
right?
only
And
absurdity
that's why
that's
you
gonna? Is that the only absurdity that's gonna be like incest? Is that the only absurdity, or let me
no.
guess?
What about
Yeah.
bestiality?
Do you want to have sex with a dog? Yeah. You probably would do. Sounds like something you'd
Well,
want
I
to do.
mean, if a dog like licks peanut butter off your foot,
Can it? Can
right,
it?
or if they lick
Can
it
it?
off your genitalia, does it? It doesn't harm the dog. They're just licking that peanut butter off you. So
Sure.
what's wrong with that?
Can a dog consent?
So it requires consent.
I'm just asking you a simple question. Can a dog consent?
Well, no, a dog cannot consent.
Then that's why I don't think you should have sex with a dog.
Okay, so let's
Listen, man.
let's move. Okay,
Listen, man. You don't want to.
okay. So at least
Listen,
hold on.
listen, man.
We're
Listen,
making
I
progress
advise
here.
you.
So it's
Listen,
based
man.
off consent.
Listen, man. No, it's not based off consent. In reference to like you having sex with
Oh,
a
it's not
dog.
based on consent.
If in reference of you, actually, consent is needed in order. Yes, consent is absolutely.
Dude, you're
a
getting blown
necessity.
out, bro.
Hold on, consent is absolutely a necessity whenever you have any sexual.
Oh, so now we okay.
Yes,
So the two consenting brothers that
or
wanna
also
have
would be considered rape. Anyways, listen, man. If you want to have sex with your dog, that's kind of weird. Okay, stop wanting to have sex with your dog. Larry for president, says Nico. Someone who wants to have sex with their dog should be president. Yeah. But yeah, consent is needed, or otherwise it's like rape, right? That's why anyone who have sex with like a
all right.
child.
Let's move to your grandma, right? So let's say your grandma, she passes away and she gives the guy next door consent to, diddle her body when she's dead. What's wrong with that?
My grandmother who passes away.
Yeah, she just says, "Hey,
Why are we
the next
talking
door
about my
neighbor, he's got
grandmother?
consent.
It's kind of weird.
He's got
Man.
consent to
do
ravage
you
my
like touching
body."
dead bodies? Wow, it's kind of weird that you have like these thoughts.
Do you know this is super low tier,
it's-
right? You have no argument.
Well,
You're just
it's kind of weird that you want to have sex with like a dead body, animals, all of the above.
Why do you keep muting me, bro?
Yeah,
You're losing that badly?
No, because you want to have sex with a dead body, and I find
You're
that
losing
pretty
badly,
weird.
bro.
Yeah, just because you claim that I'm losing doesn't mean that it's true. Why is he muted? Because I muted him. Let's use common sense, Nico. Please, let's use our two brain cells. Don't have them race for second place, first place. Sorry. Yeah, kind of weird that you want to have sex with dead bodies, man. Kind of weird scenario.
So that's what you're coming away from with this conversation?
Yeah, 100%, yes. Just as like whenever fetuses come on my live stream and like say abortion is wrong, they're defending their own rights. Right now, you're just defending your right to have like sex with a dead body, animal,
This
or
is
like
the
even probably a
reprobate
child. Yeah.
atheistic mind here, boys, right here, live. So hold on, you don't think
It's okay. It's okay if you are gay. It's okay if you like
you're
to
a
wear
baby
dresses.
killer too?
Larry, it's okay if you're gay. It's okay if you wear dresses, right? It's okay.
Are you a baby killer too?
Yeah, define baby killer.
You believe in killing babies in the womb?
Define baby.
Anything that hasn't been born yet that lives in a human
That's
womb?
the definition of baby.
Sure, it's my definition. Yes,
That
for my
has
definition.
not been born yet.
Yeah,
So if they're born, they're not a baby.
they'd still be a baby.
So then that's a contradiction within your definition. Holy shit.
All right. Well, I mean, that probably
So
didn't
then
give you
what's
the
the
best
definition of a
definition
baby?
there. I'll just say an unborn child,
So a born child is not a baby.
since we're going to get pedantic.
So a born child is not a baby. A newborn baby.
It's still a child.
Hold on. A newborn baby is not a baby.
Are you going back to the original definition or the one I just gave you?
You said a baby is an unborn child. Is a newborn a baby?
Yes, it's still a child. It's just
Is
it's
it a baby?
born now. Yes.
So then, therefore, the definition of baby is not an unborn child, because born children are babies, i.e., the newborn. So that's not
Okay.
a
So
good definition. So what's
you're
your
getting hung
definition
up
of a
on
baby?
definitions.
Yes, I am, because these definitions determine whether or not I'm a baby killer. Okay, so what is your definition of a baby?
All right. A human being in the womb.
A human being in the womb. So a human being outside of the womb, i.e., a newborn, is not a baby.
It can be a baby.
So then that's not a good definition. Provide me a definition that's sufficient.
So are you just like a sophist? Is that what you are? You just don't actually engage
You said a
in
baby
conversation?
is a human in the womb. A human outside the womb, i.e., the newborn, is still a baby, but that's a contradiction within your definition. Can you give me a
No, it's
definition of
not.
a baby?
Is a baby in the womb human?
Is a baby in the womb human? A fetus in the womb is of the human species, yes.
Okay. So what's
Right.
wrong with that definition?
Because you're saying a baby, we're talking about the definition of baby. A baby is a human in the womb. But a human
Yeah.
outside of the womb who has been born, i.e., a newborn, under this definition, is not considered a baby.
Why?
Because you said a baby is a human in the womb. Holy shit. Like, this is like the most common sense. Like, how do you not understand what the point that how you're fumbling so hard? You're saying a baby is inside the womb. That is the definition of a baby. Therefore, under your worldview, a newborn is outside the womb. They're not a baby.
Okay, then it's a child.
A baby is a child. Okay, what's the
There you go,
definition of
yeah.
a child?
It's a human being outside the womb
A child is a
that
human being.
hasn't reached the age of 12.
A child is a human being outside the womb that hasn't
Sure.
hasn't reached the age of 12. So under this
If you want to
definition,
get pedantic on terms,
under this definition, if A equals B and
See,
B
you
equals C,
refuse-
hold on,
you
hold on,
refuse-
pause. Because under this definition, if A equals B and B equals C, A being a baby equals no, hold on. If A equals B and B equals C, a baby, a child, and then a child is someone who is 12, who is younger than 12 outside the womb. Under your definition, a fetus in the womb is not a baby. So therefore, I'm not a baby killer under your own definition that you provided. So thank you for that concession, Larry. I'm going to move on to the next guest.